Mm-hmm. Hey, here we go. Go and start the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very special day. This is a very special day, other than my birthday. This is the 2 year anniversary of my show, our show. And we're going to start it the right way. You know why? It's prime time, mini marathon. And we're going to start it right after this word. And try it again. That's the longest introduction in history of YouTube. Good afternoon, content creators. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the show. Wow. Um, First and foremost, I like to thank the person that's here. The very first person that was here, Cruise Nuts. Thank you, brother, for always being here. But yeah, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon and good evening. Yeah, I forgot there's 11 o'clock in the morning in the West Coast. Good morning over there. Good afternoon and good evening in Europe, all over the world. Hey, you know what? Let's start the birthday weekend, right? I got drinky here. I got drinky here. Boom. I got the packed up drinky there. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember 12 and a half hours the same? We got that going on. But guys, thank you guys for coming in. If you, by the way, let's get this instruction ready. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be PG-18. Just be aware, PG-18. A couple of things. It's not rules, but by the way, if you know somebody the birthday weekend, I know y'all gonna be busy tomorrow, but if you want to celebrate, if you want to, how can I say it? Contribute or send me a gift. Go to my community page on this channel. Go ahead and say community page. Look for the link BMC and it's Buy Me Coffee. You hit that link, you send the amount, and we would appreciate you all day. So hopefully, we're gonna have some people coming in. Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Look at here. Look at here. Look at this guy. Look at this guy on a Saturday wearing a tie.
Getting ready to go to a wedding in Georgia.
Wedding in Georgia. You're gonna get brain damage again, huh?
I'm not getting married. I'm going to the wedding.
Is your other son getting married? Any kids?
No, this is a guy that was in our youth department. But he works at the same church that Zachary works at.
Ah, I see. So, yeah, welcome to Z's birthday. Yeah, welcome to Z's birthday weekend.
Z's birthday weekend.
Absolutely. Hey, I got a question. When is Lonnie going to be at your youth camp?
A week from Monday.
A week? Are you ready for him?
I'm not sure.
He has some grandbaby pictures to show you.
Oh, I bet he does. I bet he does. We're going to have a good time.
He's going to have a good time. How you been, man?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Getting older, getting fatter, eating food. You know, in Texas, they got the food.
Oh, yeah.
They got the basic.
You got to have some big food for your birthday weekend.
Oh, trust me. Trust me, on tomorrow at the church, Lonnie, I know Lonnie has something planned. He plans something every birthday. He got something planned. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You know how he is.
Oh, yeah. Keep it secret.
He keep it secret, yeah. So, so are y'all ready for your camp and everything?
I got a lot to do next week, that's for sure.
Right.
But we're getting.
So Lonnie's the bass speaker.
Yes.
Are y'all gonna sing?
I don't know if we'll do anything again. I'm leading all the music for the camp.
Oh yeah, you go.
Sure.
Yeah. He goes. You know he plays guitar now, right?
You know, I didn't know that.
He plays guitar.
Well, you might get him up there playing stringing with us.
Oh yeah, or he might bust the beat.
Well, that's always possible.
Yeah, it's always possible. He does that every day. We go to church and everything like that. So, how's the wifey?
She's doing well. She was sitting right here. She walked over to get some coffee. We checked out of the hotel and we're just waiting around a little while before we go to this venue.
Yes. And
stay in somewhere it's cool.
Oh, please. It's not complaining. It's like 105 down here, man. What are you talking about? Cool. It ain't hot over there in Carolina.
Oh, shoot. It's been 100 degrees today. Straight up temperature.
Well, yeah, that's nothing.
Y'all gonna get hit by a hurricane?
People down south, we're not, where I'm at, we're not going to get that much. We're going to probably get like a quarter inch rain. That's it.
Okay.
Way too, huh?
To get out, be careful where you drive your car.
My car? I don't have a car. You don't have a car.
I used to have one.
Yeah, I always say that. You always have that thinking, oh, I can drive anywhere. This car weighs 4,000 pounds. It won't float. It won't die on me.
Yeah. That was a miscalculation.
Oh, you want to talk about miscalculation? Especially when I was cutting grass in Missouri and cut the whole yard and looked at it and said, what is going on? Check underneath, blade is not there.
No blade.
Yeah, Lonnie said that all the time. I said, when's the last time you cut grass? Oh, you know, I always check the blade when I was cutting grass, but you gotta do that when you're 58. So, how's my girlfriend?
You know, I haven't seen her in a while. I think she's doing pretty good, though.
Is she hanging around with that idiot husband?
Still hanging around him.
Yeah, that crazy fool. That crazy fool. How's your dad? How's your mom and dad?
They're doing well. Getting I don't know what I was about to say, but they're doing well. They moved to Florence, back to Florence full time, and he retired.
Oh,
but
okay. He's
not very good at retiring. He's still working like 3 days a week for the business.
What is wrong with him? He needs to barbecue. What is wrong with him?
He needs to spend more time doing that. That's for sure.
Did he barbecue on 4th of July?
Well, I don't know if he did or not because we were down here already. So this wedding, we had to come early to help out. My wife was helping the lady decorate and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So are you actually doing the ceremony? The wedding?
No, I'm just attending this one.
Oh. So who's doing the wedding? Some.
The bride's father.
Oh boy.
It was a pastor.
Yeah. Hopefully this guy. Hopefully he will not get brain damage when he and forget. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'll get the main parts in.
Man, you look like you still have your hair, man.
Yeah, I still got here.
You're oldest you. You're well. You're not the oldest youth director. Well, on the whole, it's like 60.
Is he still doing it?
Yeah, he's still doing it.
Okay.
He's doing it. He's doing it. He's a grandfather. He loves life in Florida. But he doesn't have Waterburger. Hey, when are you gonna come down here?
I don't know. Maybe now since I've invited Lonnie over here, maybe he'll invite me down there sometime.
Well, I got Lonnie's here. I got his ear. I'm gonna say, hey, you gonna let old Chris Edwards, that sing tenor, and sing better than anybody else in the world? You gonna let him come down here?
See how much pull you have with it.
Oh yeah, they come to my house and we have some fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Oh, man, that's it. Well, is that Aaron?
Yeah.
Hello, man. You look nice.
Oh, thank you.
Oh
Thank
man.
you. We had to get fancy.
I mean, how do you hang out with him?
Hey, he's still as cute as he ever was.
Okay, we won't go that far.
Back to brain damage.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So how long y'all been married?
32 years.
Are you sure about that? You gotta hesitate.
Actually, it'll be 32 on January 1st. I get a little confused sometimes because we were married. I was a youth pastor 6 months before we got married, so 32 years in June. We didn't actually get married until New Year's Day of '93.
Oh yeah, right. I think when you got married at BBC or in Florence.
Yeah, at High Street.
Oh, you got married now. Yeah, that church has changed. There's no choir anymore. I mean, what is going on with no choir?
Yeah, there've been a lot of changes.
Yeah, they call it the worship team. I was put the choir back up there. That's why I'm not out there, man. Come on, put the choir back up there. Yeah, but yeah, we don't have a choir either. So
yeah,
we have Lottie's brother. We have Heather. Heather, man, she's a good worship leader.
Is she?
Oh my God, yeah. First, she started out. She was so nervous, and she'd never done it before. And now she's taking command. I mean, she is real good. I thought, man, why you got to put up with Lonnie? Yeah, you got to be good. yeah. And this fool in Hawaii was jumping off of cliffs in Hawaii. He's a grandfather. He's jumping off of cliffs in Hawaii, and now he wants to go hike a mountain in Africa in September. What is wrong with that boy?
Lives by adventure.
I mean,
he told me when I talked to him the other day, maybe I can sing at his funeral because he said, my last words I ever say on this earth are going to be, watch this. His funeral would be a black funeral.
You mean like 5 hours old? Oh man, yeah, I've been there. Been to one of those. Well, hey man, I gotta go because I'm doing my own YouTube show. The Z Show Cruise Fun. It's the birthday weekend. It's also the second year I'm doing the YouTube channel, so I gotta go. But hey man, thank you for saying happy birthday. Thank you for calling. You're yeah, I want some money. I'm kidding. Kidding. It's called jokes, ladies and gentlemen.
Z Show.
You guys take care.
All right,
All right. See you later. Bye.
buddy.
Bye. Well, yes. One of my friends from college called me. You know he was on, so yeah. I know he was on. So let's see here. Am I live? Yes, I am. 16 minutes. Let me go ahead and check. See. Thank you. That was one of my friends from college. He called and wished me happy birthday. Let's see. What else we got? I'm just going to check and see who was on YouTube. Where am I? Oh, there we are. We got one person watching. Let's see. We got one person watching. We have one person watching on the birthday weekend. So, well, thank you, Chris, for calling me and wishing me happy birthday. Chris, thank you for coming in. We'll go ahead and do this. I got to do a weather report. I got a couple of friends of mine that are in South Texas, so we got to give them some shout outs. Make sure they are doing okay. We'll go ahead and do that. Dun, 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 dun. All right, we got, Hurricane HQ. So it's, let me get some news real quick. Shut up. All right, here we go.
Especially if it jogs further to the north or to the south of the forecast cone track. And so hurricane force, sustained winds, hurricane gusts, all within that area. And you can see now, earlier this morning, this graphic indicated it was a ready and set type of time frame for folks to be prepared for. Well, now it's go time. So you have to finalize preparations and evacuate from Tulum, from Brownsville through Port Lavaca, and right up and getting close to Galveston. On high alert, we all know that barrels headed that way. The Lone Star State is the top oil producer in the United States, and barrels could have an impact on production. Andrew Wallet, earlier on Fox Weather, Fox Business contributor Phil Flynn joined. Take a listen.
All the oil traders in the world are watching this storm. They probably are watching us right now because the storm right now is on track to really hit more than a quarter of U.S. refining capacity, with the possibility of impacting even 50% of U.S. refining capacity. So this potentially could be huge and could have a major impact on prices depending on how the storm develops. Now, offshore production, luckily on the storm, was impacted very little. But the concern, of course, as we get in towards Galveston, Texas, into Houston, that these refineries, oil exports, imports, liquefied natural gas import and exports could be impacted majorly. And so we're going to be on pins and needles to see how strong the storm is going to be, how big the storm surge is going to be, and ultimately it could have an impact raising prices or lowering prices depending on how it hits.
So interesting too, so many different forces at play here. Phil, question for you. So, which oil refineries in particular are most susceptible and are at this point in the path of concern?
Well, right now there's 11 refineries between Galveston and Houston right now. In fact, two of the biggest refineries in the country that account for over 5 million barrels of oil production per day. Now, if these get disrupted even for a short period of time, it could drive up the cost of gasoline, drive up the cost of diesel, and perhaps drive down the cost of crude oil because if you're not running a refinery, you're not using crude oil. On the flip side of that, we can also see demand destruction set in. If there are power outages, for example, if people stay home because the roads are impassable, then we don't get as much of the price spike because the demand just isn't there.
And Phil, I want to think back to past tropical systems. I think of Hurricane Harvey back in 2017, which caused significant disruptions to the U.S. oil industry. How long did it take to recover from that, and what are we looking at in the coming days?
It took years. It really did. I mean, some of the refineries that were flooded out during Harvey didn't come back online. And every one of these storms is different. You just don't know how it's going to impact things. I don't think anybody's predicting a Harvey type of flooding situation, but we're definitely going to see some substantial flooding. The refineries are prepared to handle a little bit. When we get something like Harvey, nobody can handle that. So it could take a long time. I think this storm, hopefully, if it isn't as strong and if there isn't as much flooding, we can snap back from it very quickly. But that remains to be seen because we don't know exactly how strong this storm is going to be or exactly where it's going to hit. And that's why, the oil industry is on edge.
And I'm sure there were a lot of crucial lessons learned from past tropical systems as well, like Harvey.
Absolutely, Kendall. I'll tell you, every storm, they've learned something. When we go back to, what we've learned from Harvey, Hurricane Katrina, the U.S. energy industry is better equipped to handle these storms than they ever have been before. They're able to handle the storm surge, seawalls. They built LNG export terminals and try to put it above sea level by many miles. So to do that, by many feet, excuse me. So to do that, they're better prepared. But at the end of the day, Kendall, better than anybody. At the end of the day, Mother Nature always has the last say on these things.
Absolutely. So interesting. I love your perspective.
My birthday weekend.
Idea, the calm before the storm, Phil, to maybe, fill up your gas tank today, given the fact that we could see a couple of, price rises here in the days ahead. Phil, Flynn, thank you so much.
All right, as Beryl continues to head towards the Gulf, we have a severe storm threat along the coast of Texas and parts of Louisiana. South Texas experienced major flooding in June from Tropical Storm Alberto, and now Beryl could bring severe storms to that same area. This is the severe storm threat for tomorrow, so it's a 2 out of 5 from Port Lavaca through Galveston and even sort of approaching the Beaumont area there. And then this is for Monday, so the 2 out of 5 threat, a little more limited in between Houston and really the Lake Charles area there in Louisiana. Tornadoes are possible early Monday morning, so that spells trouble for people that are maybe just trying to wake up and start their day, as whenever you have a storm, say that's the center of the storm, the eastern quadrant is typically the most dangerous. That's where the winds have the longest time to gain speed over a frictionless ocean water, and once they pile up all that storm surge along the coastline, those winds eventually hit the coast and sort of spin like that. So there's an inherent rotation within the wind on that right quadrant as it comes onshore, and that leads itself to the potential for more tornadic activity. So that's something that the folks there in the Houston area are going to have to watch out for. Meanwhile, it's the simple rain, the inundation that we anticipate all across that part of the state. You'll notice back over here where we need the rain, we're not going to get any. Houston already has a surplus of 10 inches. And so any more certainly spells some trouble. All right, Hurricane Beryl has broken many records so far and essentially christened the start of what we are seeing to start off as a very, very historic season so far. And it's the earliest Category 5 hurricane on record in the Atlantic, and Beryl's rapid intensification from a tropical depression to a major hurricane in only 42 hours is far and few. It's only been done 6 other times in the Atlantic. And so there it is. Let's just walk through its path and its trajectory here. As earlier in the year, this was in June, it was the strongest tropical storm that far east in the Atlantic in the month of June, right? It kept on moving west.
Yeah.
At this point now, this was June 29th, it was the farthest east a hurricane had formed in the tropical Atlantic in the month of June. You fast forward a few more days, first major hurricane east of the Lesser Antilles in June. I was actually on the air when that happened with Jane Menard. And then this was the big one, the earliest Category 4 hurricane on record ever, beating Dennis from back in 2005. And we all know that 2005 was an unprecedented hurricane year. That was the Katrina year. Here we go, the strongest hurricane on record for the Windward Islands at 150 miles per hour. The earliest Category 5 hurricane on record. So this was July 1st, a few days ago. That beat Emily by a couple of weeks. Again, Emily was from that historic 2005 season. And then it became the strongest July hurricane on record ever on July 2nd. As a result, all eyes are on Beryl. We're tracking its path after a trail of destruction which left in the Caribbean. That's next when Fox Weather.
All right. So, yeah, so we have a hurricane biome. And it looks like the next 48 hours, Houston and Galveston and Beaumont and Corpus Christi is going to get hit. So this Saturday afternoon, there are the Jubilee should be leaving in the next couple hours. Yeah, so they're going to have some interesting weather. With the Congo Jubilee, they got back early this morning, and now they get ready to go right and head on out. They're gonna go around it, but yeah. So the storms are crazy out there. Jamaica got hammered. The Aleutian Islands got hammered. Not the Aleutian Islands, Inward Islands. Buffalo, the same thing. So yes, we got that going on. So yeah, so this is the birthday weekend. This is also the second anniversary of this channel. Now, I'm just saying, anything can happen. We had lots of fun in the past 2 years. First year was crazy. So today is the second anniversary for this channel. And I'm trying to figure I sent out some people out, some invites. But I probably had some people, lurkers in there. I know Warren's trying to mention is probably in there. Let's see here. Oh. Yeah, so guys, pray for the people and my friends down there. We have Christmas Friday time down there. I talked to them yesterday. They're gonna hunker down. They're not evacuating. Evacuation Nation evacuating. I haven't heard from Mike. Cruise vet. I call him Cruise vet because that's what he is. Let's see here. We're just going to talk about some stuff here when we get to the latest update of the hurricane. It should be going on now. Let me go ahead and put fast forward. They're in a commercial break. That's why they're playing this. And yes, said there's nobody here. I'm going to start happy hour. How about that? Well, I sent all the links out there. If y'all want to come in. All right, here we go. We got 2 people here just watching. Let's just watching good old me. Commercial.
I'm Brian Norcross with a Hurricane HQ Minute on the question, are coastal areas in the U.S. better protected now, or are they in worse shape than when the great hurricanes of the past came ashore? The answer to the question is mixed. Here on Miami Beach, the beach is much larger than it was decades ago, and there's an extensive dune system that will slow down the surge except in the most extreme storm. But many places along the coast don't have coastal defenses. A lot of money has been spent making the city of Miami Beach more resilient, and more expensive projects are planned. These dunes aren't just piles of sand. They're made stronger by what's under the sand and what's growing on top. Indigenous plants were chosen to make the dunes as storm resistant as possible. On the other side of the island, the streets are being raised to account for sea level rise and to help hold back storm surge. Streets that used to flood in heavy rain now drain with no problem. But in historic Charleston, South Carolina, and along the mid-Atlantic coast, where the sea level is rising and the land is sinking, the streets flood in minor storms. This flooding was from Hurricane Nicole in 2022, but this scene is being repeated more often now in recent years. National Hurricane Center projections show the daunting problem. Look at the red covering many parts of the city of Charleston and the surrounding area on this map. Those areas could see storm surge over 9 feet deep, and that's from a Category 3. Here on Miami Beach, a powerful storm could push storm surge over these dunes and into the city, and that's a problem. But the daunting challenge comes from the millions of people that have moved near the water all along the U.S. coast. It's hard to imagine how they'll all get to safety when big hurricanes come. Hurricane HQ had you covered. Stay informed this hurricane season. Download the Fox Weather app right now.
All right, here we go.
All right, folks, welcome back into Fox Weather and our ongoing coverage of Tropical Storm Beryl. I'm meteorologist Dick Koser. This storm expected to re-strengthen into a hurricane before slamming into Texas. It'll likely strengthen into a Category 1. At least that's what the models project right now. Progressing through the Gulf with hurricane watches in effect for the entire Texas coast. People living in Texas should be prepared for damaging hurricane-force winds and life-threatening storm surge, as flooding is also a major concern. We'll break down what we know about the timing of this storm and when landfall could happen. And we can't forget the path of destruction the storm has left through the Caribbean. Grenada, Jamaica, Mexico, they've all felt the wrath of Beryl, with those places beginning the process of recovery. Fox Weather is your Hurricane HQ. We're watching the storm all day, bringing you the most up-to-date information, so let's get into it. So this is the expected path that Tropical Storm Beryl will take. Again, this cone just shows you where the center of the storm could track. It could track as far east as that or as far west as that. If it tracks further west, it would likely have less time over water, so it would be a weaker landfall. If it takes a track closer to this, it would be over water longer, thus making it a more powerful storm, since it would have more time to organize itself over the very, very warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico. This was the very latest advisory that we got from the National Hurricane Center. The hurricane hunters were out in it. They found 60-mile-per-hour winds. It's moving at 12 miles per hour west-northwest, which is relatively slow for this storm. It's normal for a typical tropical storm, but Beryl has been known as a fast storm all along. And you can see that after its interaction with the Yucatan earlier this morning, it looked pretty raggedy. Now it looks like it's starting to develop. There is some thunderstorm activity developing, and there's some convection taking place. So we'll see if it's able to organize itself by nightfall tonight. The curvature expected to take this into the Texas coastline is because this big area of high pressure here has shifted east, opening up this area of where the jet stream will kind of draw Beryl further north. And so this is the expected path, along with a little bit of the forecast radar. You can see it's a fairly small storm in terms of size, but it'll have plenty of rain with it, plenty of wind. We are anticipating a Category 1 storm at landfall, maybe midday Monday. Some outlying models are showing a Category 3 storm. So we'll see what happens with it. Again, it all depends on if it takes this path or this path. But we've got hurricane watches, we've got tropical storm warnings, we've got tropical storm watches in place for much of the Texas coastline. And of course, we also have that severe threat tomorrow as well. Alrighty, folks, Houston on high alert as South Texas awaits Hurricane Beryl. Severe storm threats are causing concern for flooding and possible tornado warnings in the Lone Star State. Preparations are underway as Beryl could reach the Gulf Coast tomorrow night. Earlier on Fox Weather, Fox 26 Houston chief meteorologist Mike Iskovitz joined us here on Fox Weather. Take a listen.
I'll tell you what, this storm is something else, isn't it? I mean, rarely have we ever seen anything like this going all the way back to last week. It looked like it was sort of down for the count, after it moved past the Yucatan and it lost a lot of its deep convection. It was just kind of looking like a shell of its former self out there for a while. But just over the last 2 hours or so, maybe 3 hours, I'm looking at near the center and I'm going, oh no, is this thing going to start to, accelerate and pick up speed again? A lot of folks here in the Houston-Galveston area.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and take. I'm trying to find a local. I'm trying to find some local lives for the tropical storm / hurricane. Everybody knows it could be a hurricane, so that's what I'm doing today. And also we're celebrating Z's birthday weekend. All right. I see Houston. All right, here we go. Let me try this. Let's see here.
It's easy to turn your dreams.
There's a tick commercial. I hate commercials. I hate commercials. Did I say I hate commercials? I hate commercials.
There was a time when I barely knew how to turn on a computer. Now,
No, I'm trying to. I hope you shut up. Yes. Man, I know I should do that. All right, let me try this again. Let's see if you're on here. Everybody's watching. Nobody's watching me. Let's see here. See if I got. Man, really? I'm trying to find me some live coverage. No. Let's see here. Fox 26. I'm trying to get some live feeds down there. Fox 26 is Houston channel. Yeah, so I'm trying to find some live. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find the latest information. So we're gonna be doing that. Let me go ahead and take my other stuff here, guys. Since this is the breaking weekend, I'm trying to figure out: do I want to eat something? Do I want to order something? I'll be doing that. Yeah, because they got delivered. Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see here. Let's see. We got people watching, so yes, people are lurking. And no, I'm dragging because I had some friends. I got friends and well, places. Well, as what I was trying to find some live feeds from. No, let me go ahead and do this. JB. All right. Let's see. KHOU. Let's try KHOU. It's the Houston channel. Hopefully they don't have no commercials. Let's see here. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. No, just a live feed. Well, and Sunday, okay, here's some latest update. So the projection is that tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, could be a Category 1 hurricane. Now, here's the thing about these tropical storms, tropical cyclones or hurricanes. The Gulf of Mexico is very, very warm. The high pressure that was over at the state of Texas has moved east. But yeah, I'm still trying to find something. Yeah, so I'm still trying to find that. Please, yeah, be quick. Oh, by the way, if you want to come up and wish me a happy birthday, you can do that. I won't bite. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, we got a storm chaser. It's going here.
I'll jack this up and make sure we don't have a loose component.
Let's see here. So this is a storm tracker. I probably won't see you until tomorrow. Now these guys are crazy. Let's see here. Those guys are crazy. Just to go ahead and do all of that is absolutely insane. Yeah. I know people. I know they got lives and everything like that. Let's see here. Okay, this CNN. Well, it destroyed me. Let's see here.
You're the person with the gun, the person who would do anything to protect the ones you love. But did you know that you could go to jail simply for doing the right thing?
Whatever. All right. Still trying to find something. I'm gonna be here just to get some hours. But yes, we're gonna talk about StreamYard. StreamYard tries to be slick. I was supposed to get charged on the first week of the month of every month, but they charged me early and made my account overdrawn. So yeah, so that's why I'm doing the free stuff right now too. Well, I'm gonna find me something else. StreamYard, yeah, they're on my poop list. They are on my poop list. Let's see here. Category 1. I'm just trying to find some local news. I know, so I'm going to do it.
Let's see here, Galveston, Texas City. Yeah, some of those areas, I think that's where you're going to feel some of the heaviest effects from this storm.
Oh, here we go.
That's where I'm mostly concerned. And it seems like the models are really dialing in regarding this thing's path, and it does look like that. Landfall is going to be most likely there in this region. So basically, the central coastal areas. Once you get inland, the good news is that the winds rapidly die out from the tropical system. The winds are the worst at the coast, so the coastal areas are number one, of course. And as you dig your way inland, some of those strong winds will remain, but they are rapidly dying out, essentially. Let's see. No tabletop. This thing's not coming anywhere near North Carolina. You're welcome, Eric. No problem. See, do I think tornadoes could be possible? Yeah. So certainly, I think that tornadoes will be a possibility. So, like I was mentioning, out of the tropical or non-tropical low, we have a dirty and a clean side of the storm. This is the dirty side on the right-hand quadrant. Like I was mentioning yesterday, this is basically where you have your strongest winds. This is where your strongest winds, not just at your surface, but also your upper levels in the atmosphere. This is also where your winds are changing direction with altitude. So going from the surface up into the atmosphere, the winds are not only increasing in
speed, but they're also changing wind direction as you go up. And that could create an environment capable of producing tornadoes, especially in this region as well. There's a lot of what we call instability or CAPE, convective available potential energy. That's where a lot of your heaviest instability values are at, essentially overall. So that is, the best area for tornadic activity. That would be on the eastern side of that low overall. Now we have a clean side, which is the left-hand side. Not really supportive for any tornadoes. Also, the winds are a little bit weaker on the left-hand side of a tropical cyclone. But yeah, I do think that there's a possibility that we could have maybe a couple tornadoes that would be probably posing a little bit of a threat towards Houston and some of those areas in far eastern Texas. I mean, maybe could even continue into western Louisiana. We'll have to see how far this thing goes. But yeah, a tornado threat does seem possible. And let me pull up SPC. I don't know if they've already issued an outlook yet regarding it. And it looks like they have. Actually, they have. So let's go ahead and hop over here real quickly. So you can see they've added a severe risk here for Monday. So Monday is the day of landfall. That's the day, the big day. So they did add a marginal and a slight risk for severe weather. So out there towards the dark green and the yellow, these are regions here where we are seeing potential for some tornadic activity, due to that cyclone-induced, that cyclone-induced tornadic potential. Let's see here. I'm trying to see where to see some thunderstorm activity ahead of this trough. See, they mentioned anything about Beryl. So yeah, there you go. Tropical cyclone Beryl. Really forecast by the NHC Hurricane Center transition to tropical depression Monday to Tuesday. Strong lower level winds and rich moisture advection are expected in East Texas and portions of western Louisiana. So yeah, there you go. A few tornadoes will be possible. So that's what I was saying. Tornadoes, cyclone-induced tornadoes, because on the right-hand side of a tropical or non-tropical low, this just happens to be a tropical low. Same thing. They act very similar. But when it comes to it, we have our strongest winds, our heaviest moisture, and overall the most instability out of the storm here will be on that right-hand side. So that will allow for the potential for tornadoes, both in eastern Texas and western Louisiana. Absolutely. Let's see. Winding says, thanks for what you do. You're very welcome, Winding. Thank you for your support once again, man. I really appreciate you. Brian says, I feel like it'll arrive right after the post and return. The same thing. I feel like models are pretty locked on with this system here regarding it here. Let me pull up our spaghetti models to show you. Actually, we have a recon mission going on right now. They are finding the low at 1,001 millibars. Interesting. But let's go ahead and go to the spaghetti. So yeah, models are actually in fair agreement here. I don't remember what they were like for Harvey.
Come
I'm
on,
sure
really?
there's a little bit of disagreement with that. But right now, it is we're in fairly good agreement with the spaghetti models. You can actually see here that the majority of the models have the stemness going out there near Corpus Christi, maybe slightly north of Corpus Christi. But the majority of the models do show that system here, relatively making landfall in this region, as most of the models are grouped together. You can see that there's a fair amount of support as this thing does pull its way to the north and go to the northeast here overall. So eventually this thing will work its way up there towards like the southern Midwest, eventually into the Midwest. Which at this point in time, once again, there's no need to worry for these areas. This is far enough inland. The winds will be mostly gone at this point. It'll just be rain. It's just where the central low is going to track into overall. Let's see here. Might have to discuss how much rain in Hot Springs, Arkansas might get once the storm moves up. D, right now it's a little uncertain, so I'm going to hold off on that for now. As we do get closer to landfall, though, if you want me to look, I can remind you. You can remind me to look at it, and I will. I'll do it whenever we get closer to.
Come on, really?
But for right now, those rainfall forecasts are kind of all over the place because the storm's still out in the Gulf waters, and it's going to be fluctuating quite a bit, especially for areas that are far up north. I mean, you can see we're a good distance. We got to go northwest and curve a bit, and then we got to work way up to Georgia. So there's a lot of changes to the forecast. So basically, the information that we have valid for that area right now will likely change. It is uncertain this time. Let's see here. Do I think it'll blow Harvey? No, I don't think so. She's going to keep on going. Harvey stopped and just didn't do anything and just dumped rain over Texas. Now, this storm you cannot compare to Harvey. It's completely different. While it is impacting similar regions, it is not the same storm, and the conditions are not the same. Let's see. What's up, Trudy? Hope you're doing good. What about Oklahoma? So Oklahoma, the storm's going to pass to your east mostly. However, there'll be a little bit of rain out of the storm here. Look forward to the HC. I don't think the outlook goes out there. Okay, so let me just do this. The official outlook doesn't show really rainfall for you guys. I'll also look at Arkansas just to show you where it's at now. But like I said, overall, this should be taken lightly. Grain of salt here. Let's see.
Okay.
Pull up the regional side here. And I'm going to go ahead and bring up our overall precipitation. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and hop on over here to this. Show you just how much we're expecting. So here, first of all, here's GFS model regarding it.
I'm going to cook something. Listen to this guy.
See, there's a big streak of rainfall that rolls through. This is one model. We could have a good amount of rainfall, possibly 6, 7, 8 inches or so, maybe a little more locally in some spots. Look about Arkansas, 2 to 4 inches. Oklahoma is set to see a couple inches of rainfall too. Like I said, regarding its exact, its exact potential at this point in time, we are not too confident quite yet. As we do get closer, we'll gain more areas here to look at. Anyways, but yeah, so that's that, my friends. That is what we're looking at. Let's see here. But yeah, so like I said, regarding approach of landfall, guys, this thing is set to be a Category 1, kind of a middle-level Category 1 hurricane here with sustained winds of 85 with gusts up to 105 overall. Winding, dude! Coming in here with another 5 gifted membership. Dude, that is really sweet of you, man. Winding, from the bottom of my heart, dude, once again, man, thank you so much for your support, dude. Like I said, you don't realize how much you've helped me out between today and yesterday, and I'm very gratefully thankful for you. So thank you so much for your support. Dude, that is really, really generous of you, and you don't have to. You really don't have to do that, but dude, thank you so much. That is really sweet of you. Let's see, it sounds like my farm maybe flood up in our area. It looks like I better save our hay on the barn. Yeah, definitely out there by you. We are talking a good amount of rainfall, especially if your farm is prone to flooding. That could be an issue, especially considering how dry it's been out here lately. This is introducing a lot of rain. While we do need the rain, as you probably know, while you guys do need the rain out there, it is, whenever you introduce a lot of it, at one point, it becomes a big problem regarding flooding. So that I see being an issue for you. Obviously, prepare before the storm gets there. To the best you can, get everything done that needs to get done, and overall. Brian says very slow moving. I think it's 12 miles an hour. It's I wouldn't say it's extremely slow. I mean, she's not moving too fast. Yeah, she's moving west-northwest at 12 miles an hour. It was going like 20 something at one point in its life. I think it was going to like 24. Let's get winding. Thanks so much. We've burn bands and stuff. But yeah, that's going to be a bit of an issue. Hope that's not going to be too impactful for you, my friend. But like I said, you do need a little bit of rain for sure. And definitely out there in Texas, we've got a big drought going on out there. It's been pretty brutal. All right, y'all. Let's go and hop over to some models. We're going to take a look at the HWRF now. A bit of a disclaimer. Like I said, this model is crazy. And this typically takes one of the worst case scenarios I've always noticed. However, it needs to be taken seriously, but not literally. Okay, so this is what the model is suggesting, and honestly, I think this is a realistic approach, to be honest, with this latest run. The HWRF shows this thing getting down into maybe the lower 970 millibar zone, which would be right there around maybe Category 1, Category 2 hurricane status overall. This thing has it making landfall, I believe, right there at Corpus Christi. Yeah, this is right at Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi is right here where my little marker's at. That's Corpus Christi there. So it'll be making landfall according to this model right by Corpus Christi. Remember though, like I said, this is just a model. Take this with a grain of salt. These things are not they're not miracles. they can sometimes be miracles, and sometimes they can be very accurate, but also sometimes they can be very inaccurate. So they're not miracles that 100% show you exactly what's going to happen, but they give you an idea of what the conditions could look like. But yeah, so 971 millibar low. Now, according to that, whoa, a brief eye. Maybe the eye comes out briefly before it makes landfall, or right as it makes landfall, according to this model, before just kind of disintegrating and heading back up there towards the Midwest. So yeah, that's that. Another thing I want to look at.
All right, while I do that. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the show, all you guys out there. This is Z's birthday weekend, and I'm all alone. Yes. Z's birthday weekend, also the Z's anniversary show. But I know it's a Saturday. Usually I'm not on Saturday, but yeah. I know y'all have. Let me see here. We got three people in the. We got 3 people in the lurking. Thank you for coming in and lurk. I appreciate that. So tomorrow I'll turn the bright old age of 58. And that whole show is going to be tomorrow. Hey, don't forget tomorrow's show. It's going to be crazy. But I'm doing a show today. I'm doing like a mini marathon. As long as I can stay awake because I've been drinking. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. By the way, if you want to send me a birthday gift, go hit that community page. Find that link that says BMC. That's Buy Me Coffee. You can do anything you want with that. I appreciate it. Let's see if I can get that about to work. Let's see. There we go. Got that one. And so we got 3 events. We got the DJ. We got my birthday. We got the anniversary of the channel. Also, we're doing a live coverage for the tropical storm. That might be a hurricane. We got live coverage. She's talking about that. I'm also going to try to cook something. So, yes, I am cooking a filet of leftovers. I should be doing Uber Eats. But I can give my wallet a break. But yeah. So this is hour 1. Guys, thank you guys for watching in. And thank you for coming in the background to watch me to try to get some hours. I need hours. Oh, by the way, I have a lot of friends. If you're on my Facebook page, thank you for all the nice say happy birthday. I appreciate that. I'm looking on that too. We got that going on. But tomorrow is officially my birthday. Let's see here. Well, we got a lot of people on Facebook. Yeah. We got happy birthday for Sean. Yeah. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Now we're gonna go back. because I had to find me a bowl, a pan to do some filet leftovers. And yes, for those of you who want to know, my filet leftovers are skin sausages, broccoli, macaroni, ramen noodles, cheese. Put a little chili fish on that. Boy, I'm all day, every day. All right.
Yeah, the moisture. That's been a big problem with the models lately. At least the reason why it's not strengthening a whole lot right now is because it's actually rolling into a lot of dry air. So you can see there's your main circulation. There's where the central low is located right here. And down there towards the south, down there where we have that tannish color, that is a lot of low humidity levels. So that's across our lower and our upper atmosphere. So with tropical cyclones and storms in general, they don't like dry air. They need moisture-filled air in order to convect, for the storms to get going. And you can see on the northern side of the storm, there's a lot of bluish green. That is showing a lot of moisture. Plenty of full amount of moisture up to the north. We should get a lot of thunderstorm activity up here. But down here, it'll be pretty dry, and it might be a little bit hard for storms to convect. Not to mention, I should say, because of that dry air overall. And what would end up happening because there can't be any storms developing down here is that could hurt its overall structure. But while you're getting a lot of storms firing up here, it needs to have some firing down here to really get that thing going. And since our storms are only on one side of the system, that's going to kind of stunt its growth overall, and it's going to make it struggle quite a bit there overall. Let's see here. Try to get to some of these questions. If I accidentally go over your all's comment, I'm sorry. There's a lot of people here. I'm trying to get to as many people as possible. We're still rebuilding since Harvey. Harvey was a while ago. Yeah, Harvey was pretty bad. Nothing like this, but still a dangerous storm. Yeah, no. This once again, y'all. This is definitely nothing compared to Harvey. This thing is certainly not. I do need to update my pressure here. I think it's at 998 right now. Let me make sure that it is unacceptable. Okay, so that's a little bit lower. We're just a millibar off here. Still at 60 miles an hour though. Just a millibar off. Anyways, yeah. So that's the whole verdict here is that dry air will be the dry air will be an issue for the storm, at least as it pushes further into the Gulf. But once we get towards Texas, it looks like it gets a good hold of that moisture. It looks like it really wraps its way in, even on the eastern side, which allows for convection or storm to happen all around the storm. Therefore, allowing that storm to quickly pick up some strength. And I think that rapid intensification, rapid strengthening as it approaches land is possible. So that's something we need to look out for. Let's see here. National Weather Service just had a briefing and sent out emails. Let's see. A little new info, but not much. I'm not sure if this spotter. Gotcha. Let's see here. Category 1 is very strong. I say my RV in Florida for Cat 1, and you have to be on the left side of the hurricane. Right-hand side, not left. Yeah, the left side's the clean side, the right side's the dirty side. That's where your strongest wind shear, your kinematics, and your moisture and thermodynamics are too. It's really as highest on the right side, the left side. But yeah, no, Cat 1s, I mean, while, they might not be very strong, from where you were at. I don't know if you're on the coast or not. For coastal areas, a Category 1 can be very much problematic. It's obviously, it's no Cat 5 or nothing. It's not a major hurricane, of course, but even with tropical storms, there can be some damages. You can expect some outdoor damages and stuff like that. So, that's a thing that we obviously got to be prepared for. And like I was saying, this thing, I feel like there might even be a possibility of this thing getting into borderline, like lower end Category 2 by the time it makes landfall. As of right now, we are expecting kind of a mid-upper level Category 1 storm, sustained winds around 85 miles an hour upon landfall. So we're right there in mid-level Category 1 status. But latest models, or the way the models have been talking for a little bit, this model, HWRF1, does show that the storm could reach lower in Cat 2. I think it's theoretically possible, but right now we're kind of riding up on Category 1 strength overall. If I if I hop over to the HMON, taking a look here at its current status. So once again, as we work our way down in time, at least for the first little bit here, we are seeing a lot of dry air on that storm. Like I was saying, you can see it indicated there in the tan color here. So that tan color is showing that we basically have ourselves a lot of dry air. There's a lot of dry air getting infiltrated on that southern side of the storm and the eastern side. So that is going to allow for, like I said, that convection to be offset. So those storms are going to be really firing mostly in that northern and western quadrant. It needs to have those storms firing all around that central level. But with the dry air that could be being pulled, or what it is being pulled up into that storm there, will probably help prevent it from strengthening too much. But here's the thing: as we approach our way further down in time, like the HW RF model showed, once we get to right around the morning of tomorrow, the moisture gets wrapped around on the eastern side of the storm, which at that point will allow for storm activity to start firing on all sides of the system. And at that point, that's whenever precipitation can really pick up. And according to not only the HWRF but the HMON as well, looking at this thing could get a really decent hold of itself by the time it makes landfall overall. This model here shows the system making landfall around 72 knots. That would be Category 1 strength, kind of made up of Category 1 strength, I believe. But whenever it comes to it here, we are expecting the system, as it rolls through the Gulf for at least first little bit, to be slow development. But then once it gets that moisture wrapping on that eastern side here for tomorrow morning, that's whenever we're going to start to see this thing pick up in strength. It's going to start to, obviously, get a little bit stronger and all that stuff. So that's that. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, dude! Brian, coming with the $20 Cash App donation, man. Thank you so much, Sam. Let's see for weather reports. Let's see here. With no YouTube fees. Brian, dude, thank you so much, man. Yeah, YouTube's a little aggressive on their fees. Thank you, man. Brian, that's really sweet of you, dude. You did not have to do that. Seriously, that makes thank you for your support, man. That is very sweet. Helps me out a lot. Cost of living, stuff like that. And these programs here really helps out go towards that. So thank you, my friend. That is very sweet of you. Very, very sweet. Let's see what's up, Tiffany. Hope you're doing good. Hello from Huntsville. What's up? Doing good? From Huntsville. Nice. Yeah, so as I was mentioning earlier, Huntsville, I know you're concerned about Huntsville.
All right.
Earlier.
All right. We're going to go ahead and do this. So basically what is going on is I'm hanging out here on a Saturday, just chilling out. I got 3 people lurking. Thank you for lurking. Just talk about this hurricane, it's a tropical storm. In the next 48 hours, it's going to be hitting Houston and Galveston. It's 2 o'clock now, so I know the Carnival Jubilees get ready to leave. Instead of going towards the other way, they're gonna go east and then go around. It's gonna be, or they go east around, or they gonna go just straight through. The weather doesn't look that good. Yeah. So yes, there is a hurricane watch of the Gulf Coast of Texas. So now, gotta talk about something else. There's gonna be some cruise ships leaving on Sunday. So yeah, that's why you guys gotta have insurance. Insurance. So, but yeah, we also talk about that. We also talk about 58. I'll be 58 years old in less than 24 hours. Yes, I am an old man. An old man. So, and I also try to get some hours. So, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about some other stuff, too. Let's see. yeah, I get a lot of love. I get a lot of love on my Facebook page and now my YouTube page. Yeah, I know. Yeah, see,
Show the camera my history. My history. My souvenir.
Well, gonna get a little bumpy, right? Coming right after that tugboat. With EV Bucks. First and foremost, we have a ton of pre-made apps and widgets. Like this one.
what's up? So we're gonna go. We're doing Facebook. I missed a call from Robert. Mm-hmm. What you doing? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, Z.
how you doing?
I'm okay. Hanging in there. How are you?
Getting older.
That's we are, aren't we?
Birthday weekend.
Oh, happy blessed birthday.
Yeah, another day. Another drop in the hat. A drop in the bucket. So, are you doing okay?
I'm okay, Z. I have moments.
Yeah.
Have my ups and downs, like everybody.
Right.
That's true.
You know what? I'm doing okay. Basically. I'm doing okay.
Good.
It's just the process I had to do it. I'm still dealing with my brother with the house and everything. I mean, it's just, and I told my sister, I said, I can't deal with that right now because, blood pressure and just stress, Can't deal with that. So
Yeah.
she didn't want that, but all in all, it's another great day in Granbury, Texas. We had some rain yesterday.
Did y'all?
Yeah, it was down to the 70s yesterday. No, going back up. Sounds like y'all camping.
Yeah, when I came out, my son and his gal and their children, they're camping, and we're gonna go out on the boat and cook out because he had to work yesterday and he couldn't come out.
So y'all doing that today?
After work, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're employed today and tomorrow day.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I was talking to Grandpa Lonnie. That crazy fool. See, I mean, I love him and everything, but he's crazy. He was jumping off cliffs in Hawaii.
Oh my goodness.
He's a grandpa. He can't do that.
Yeah, I would do it. I'm a grandma.
And now he wants to go hike up a mountain in Africa where there's not a lot of air. He needs all that hair. He needs that air.
You know,
Yeah, he crazy. Yeah, and he owes me a haircut. So, but he's busy doing youth camp.
there's those papers and stuff for that tent.
Well, okay, I'll let you go. I'll just say happy 4th.
Okay, you too. You take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, here we go. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, Robert. I try to call him. He won't answer his phone. Yeah, so this is what I'm doing. I'm hanging out. I'm lonely. I hang out. I'm lonely. There's nothing on TV, but I hang out here, trying to get some hours. And I'm cooking. So let me go ahead and put back to the weather so I can finish cooking. Wow, it's reheating boiled leftovers. So let's go ahead and hit this.
This storm's not going to be in any form of danger. While you're in the cones, you got to remember this storm is going to be a depression at this point. Sustained winds of 30 miles an hour. The wind field, it's going to be quite small, quite shredded apart at this point because it's going to be well over a band for a while at this point. So the winds are going to be pretty much gone almost. The only thing that could happen is maybe some rain. The center of that storm could track as far east through like Mississippi and Alabama, or it could go as far west as like eastern Oklahoma and portions of Missouri. So the overall effects are not all going to be felt in this area. I want to let you know that. That's just where the center of that depression could end up. So, but yeah, no, Huntsville, more than likely you're going to have absolutely no concern with this one at all. So you should be. I agree with the Cat 2 low in Cat 2 by the time it makes landfall. I mean, it's pushing, like I said, right now, mid-upper level Category 1 strength upon landfall, as over the last couple of days. And it does look like, as we mentioned, if we hop back over here to the models and stuff like that, whenever it comes to it, at least for now, like I said, there's a lot of problem with the storm here regarding that dry air. There's a lot of dry air on that southern side of the storm here. It is, you can see that's low humidity levels, both in our lower and upper atmosphere. So there's a lot of dry air that's going to really prevent a lot of convection from occurring down in that southern side, while most of the thunderstorm activity is going to be up there towards the north and the western side. But as we progress away into tomorrow morning, like I said, you can actually see how we start getting a lot of that moisture wrapping its way around the storm. You start to get a lot of moisture getting into that eastern side of the storm, which would allow for storm activity to really fire on across all sides, which would really get that storm going. Really would allow for some quick strengthening. So by tomorrow morning, that's probably when this rapid strengthening is going to take place. Right now, for today, for the most part, for the rest of today, it's just going to kind of be sitting there a little bit, maybe a small uptick in strength, but really not a whole lot of strengthening is expected today. But tomorrow, that's whenever things are going to start picking up, because that's when the moisture starts getting wrapped back around into the storm here, and all that stuff. So, let's see here. What's the tornado risk for Houston? So there is no breakdown quite yet from the SPC regarding tornado probabilities. However, I will say that there will be potential concern for tornadic activity, as any strong low, tropical or not, like I was mentioning, on the eastern side of that storm, eastern quadrant. We call this the dirty side of the storm. This is where you have your strongest wind shear. This is where you have your strongest, your heaviest amount of moisture. So you get, but there is, that's where you get a lot of your moisture being kicked its way up into the storm there, where your strongest kinematics, your strongest winds are in the storm, not just at ground level, but also upper level as well. Overall, your best tornadic ingredients are on the right-hand side. The left-hand side, no, not really, is the right-hand side where tornadoes often develop in tropical cyclones. So that would put areas near Houston in that tornado risk. Now, let me show you this. So while there's not an exact probability regarding tornadic activity, the Storm Prediction Center did mention the fact that there will be the potential out there for, for tornadoes. And we actually do have a slight risk out here towards Houston. I believe this would put us around a 5% chance for tornadoes. 5% chance. So within 25 miles of a given area, there is basically a 5% chance. So there is no breakdown as of right now. That's just me, because of the slight risk there. That's what the slight risk is going to be for. It's going to be for the tornadic activity. So, yeah, like I said, it's not for sure, but we'll get into that obviously as the storm does get closer to these areas. You're welcome, Tiffany. Let's see here. He needs to give us a tornado risk. Like I said, right now we got a slight risk out there for Monday, which Monday's going to be the big day overall. And like I said, there's going to be some tornadoes possibly out there near Houston. It obviously depends on where this thing makes landfall. The more west it goes, it's going to put more areas of land in that tornado concern. SPC, Storm Prediction Center, was mentioning that portions out there in both eastern Texas as well as portions of western Louisiana, where that risk is at, there will be the possibility for a couple of spin-up tornadoes. Cyclone-induced tornadic activity is very, very, very common with these tropical lows. So that is something we need to look out for. Let's see, with the Cat 1, I don't think there will be much threat. That's not necessarily true for us. Obviously, there's still going to be a good amount of moisture and some kinematic structure to the storm here, which will really allow for potential of some tornadoes, even with it being a lower.
All right. Let's do this. This is open mic. I'm just gonna play some other stuff here. Oh. home theater installation. Let me go ahead and do this. Seems like a good combination. Oh, okay. Home theater installed in Houston, Texas. Let's play this. Hopefully it's not commercial.
All right, guys, walking into the space over here. This is a brand new project we're going to be doing. Looks like the customer has already agreed to let's get it going on install. So we're doing an install in here. We have I think this is 15 wide by 18 and a half deep. It's 9 foot up to this bump out. Same thing in the front. It is a vaulted ceiling with a beam. And this is going to be a new theater with projection system. So we're going to be getting to work on that very shortly. We already have our preferred installer over here cutting the holes so that we can run the wires. Looks like the previous customer, because this person just bought this house. Like literally he had the keys last week, but the previous customer had everything run through this kind of chase here. So we're going to be making the system more permanent for them and removing this, making this projection system 135-inch screen. Stewart screen with Firehawk because it does have a lot of light in here, even when this is closed, and even this over here, customer ultimately plans to close this off. So I figured with all the ambient light in here, it's best just to go ahead and get them an ambient light projecting screen. And then they're going with a Epson 12,000 on a cathedral mount right back here so it can hang from the ceiling with no problems. And then we're doing a full-on SDS tower system in here. So we're doing the Ultra system. Right up front, we're doing, these are getting relocated. These are actually just getting drywalled up. We're going to be moving the surrounds roughly right about here, and then ultimately, whenever the customer is ready, in phase 2, we'll do rear surrounds here. They'll close off this door and basically make a door right here, and we'll have another rear surround there. Correction. And here we'll have the rear surround, and here we'll have the rear surround, and then over here, on this side, that's going to be getting walled off. So I think that would be best course of action for right now. Again, this customer is doing in stages. Right now, we're out here doing pre-wire, so I'm going to check back in, just a little more updates for you guys. All right, guys, walking back into the space today, looks like we have this installed. This is day number 2. The pre-wire is already done. The customer went ahead and after we did the pre-wire job, they went ahead and patched the drywall, had it painted. So everything looks really nice right now. So this is Sherwin-Williams paint, and this is the room that we're working in today. And it looks like they just moved in, so they bought this house. They already had this project in mind. So they just moved in. As you see all the boxes and everything's getting settled in here. But as right now, they're using this entertainment stand. We already started unpacking some of the gear. So let me just run over some of the stuff that we're doing today. Obviously, we're using AudioQuest cables right down here. And excuse the mess. Obviously, this is an active construction area. We're using AudioQuest cables for HDMI and the subwoofers. We have Wattbox surge protection for anything that we use. I mean, you spend a lot of money on this gear, guys. We don't want you to waste any of it. So this is just a small piece of mind so that you know that your gear is going to be protected. We have the Cinema 50 right here. And as the source, since you guys know you're using a projector, no projector is a smart projector, that you have a 2-piece standard. So we have to have the Apple TV as your source. So he wanted a turntable integrated into it as well. Again, he's using this entertainment stand just for now. And then we're going to be using SDS Ultra Center right there in just a minute. As you see over here, we have all of our terminations with tons of extra slack on them with pre-terminated for you for the pre-wire. SDS Ultra Tower for the front stage. We have the Epson LS 12,000 right over here. Laser projector. This thing is killer. Probably #1 seller right now. We have the Ultra Center, like I was talking about before. The customer has another job that we're going to be doing next week is his Ethernet. So again, he bought this house. The Wi-Fi is locked down with a previous router that's in another room. So we're going to be resetting that router for him, making sure this works, getting the control working in here with Control 4, and then also mounting another TV downstairs. So Cinema 50 already showed you guys that. Ultra Surrounds, that's going to round out to 5.1. So this was always designed as a 2-part job. So he wanted to do this in phases. So right now we're doing 5.1 phase. And then whenever we come back probably around, I guess later on this year, maybe around the Super Bowl, we'll be doing the Atmos aspect of this, but we went ahead and pre-wired for all that today. Well, actually, last week. So we went ahead and planned ahead for that, so that is easy. If you guys can ever have that opportunity to pre-wire before, obviously the paint goes up, and we don't want to go in there and tear up your freshly painted room and stuff like that. So just keep that in consideration. So that's pretty much it for now. We have obviously a pitch ceiling, so we have to have a cathedral mount. And if you guys don't know what that is, this is it. So let me show you that. This is going to mount onto the ceiling. Typically what you do is you have a ceiling mount included with the Epson. So that'll work for a flat ceiling. If you have a pitch ceiling like this, you need a cathedral mount. Basically, you see that slot right here on the side? You can mount this on any angle, and then this part right here in the center that I'm looking at, that can actually move to accommodate the drop-down pole, which is right here. And then you basically just mount your projector like you normally would. So that's how you get away with doing something on a pitch ceiling like this. And these are really, really cool. I like those. That helps me out with a lot of these jobs. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and get to work, and I will update you guys as the job unfolds.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, checking back in. Looks like the projector mount is already up there, and the cathedral mount is in place. And let's show you this down here. So we went ahead and put on top of the actual mount that's included in the Epson itself. We actually include this, I guess, safety strap. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap that around itself, and then it's going to be in place as well. A little bit of extra protection. This thing's a little bit high in the air. It's not necessary, but I mean, they include it in the box. So, there's always those warnings on things. And so you might as well just include those with the system, get that customer actual peace of mind. So we're already doing the surrounds now. And then after this, we're gonna go ahead and start doing the screen. But these are the SVS Ultra Surrounds. And then it's kind of like a sandwich clip here. And then we're gonna put that right here over in this area. And then once we're done with that, we'll go on to the front. So we're rocking and rolling, we're getting some updates, and I'll check back in a little bit. All right, guys, just like I said, screen is going in next. We have the projector up there. I tilted it as I was putting it up there, so now we have to re-level it. But pass-through plate is already through there.
All right, so one of the things you need to do if you got a home theater system, which I would dream to be doing, one of the basic things you need to do, you gotta have a dedicated room, because you got the wife or the girlfriend, just saying. Let's see here. Talking features. Let's see the commercial. All right. Now, oh God, really? I just want to use it. There it is. Okay, how to live stream with Emacs instead of its Tutor Primo video. I think I like him. Go ahead and play him. Since nobody else is on, get to do that.
Google Play is powering up Pokemon Go Fest 2024 NYC. PlayPoints members can register now.
Commercial.
Catch all the perks and prizes.
Google.
In this complete EVMux tutorial, we'll show you how to live stream with EVMux step by step, and why we think it's one of the best live streaming apps for Mac and PC right now. Now, I'm going to take you through the process using a Mac, but the process is going to be the same no matter which computer you're using. Okay, so starting off, you want to head over to the EVMux website. You want to go ahead and sign up if you haven't got an account already. There is a free account that you can grab, which will get you started. Once you've signed up, go ahead and sign in. Now, the first time you log in on a brand new account, this is what you will see. You have the option to create a single broadcast, which it says is the most popular option, or you can create a multiple session event. So this is if you're having, it says complex events that have an agenda with multiple sessions. So if you're running a product launch, a live launch, this could be a better suit for you, but a lot of the features and controls you get beyond this point in terms of actually going live, they're going to be the same for both. So for this tutorial, I'm going to go a single broadcast. I'm going to give this a name, Justin Live, and let's hit to Studio. And this is going to take us straight into our live stream studio area. Now I'm going to quickly go back to the dashboard here, because if you already have an account, when you log in, this is what you'll see. You can see that we already have our recent sessions listed down here. We can access recordings for them. We can jump into the studio area, which is where we just were. We can create new broadcast sessions over here as well. And over here on the left, we can also add in speakers. So if we are going to be running webinars and bringing in guests and those sorts of things, you can actually add in speakers in here too ahead of time and then assign them to your session. So it's cool that there is some advanced functionality like that as well. But I would say that for most people that are using this for live streaming, you'll be able to just go to the dashboard, open up your studio, which we have in this tab here, and we can import guests and all those sorts of things from within this area too. Now for this tutorial, I am just using the free version of EVMux, and there is a watermark up in the top corner. It says if you want to remove this logo, then you should upgrade your account to a non-free account. So you can still do everything I'm doing in here on the free account, but you will see the features that you'll miss out on by just using the free account as we go through. So interface-wise, in this gray area here, this is essentially our live preview. This is where whatever happens in this area here is what we can record and what we can broadcast out. Down the bottom here, we have different scenes or different templates here, how we can customize up the look and feel of our live stream. We have some other live controls down the bottom here in regards to our audio. We can mute our microphone, we can disable our camera. We can select our camera and microphone from the settings button here. We can also turn on things like echo cancellation, noise suppression, all from this settings button. We can add our screen shares and video sharing from down here too. And super important, this one, we also have dark mode. Let me know in the comments, which one do you prefer, dark or light? And down the bottom left corner here, we can see I'm already on webcam here. This is where we can preview our cameras, our screen shares, our video files. This is where we can toggle them on and off down at the bottom. We also have access to our scene control up to the top left here, and a lot of our settings and controls for our live stream in terms of branding and colors and fonts and things are all in this section, which we will dive into. So let's go ahead now and let's add in our video source, which is in this case my webcam. We're going to come down to the bottom left-hand corner. We're going to go add to dynamic. This is adding it into a dynamic scene. What a dynamic scene is that means that we can apply these preset templates, or these dynamic scenes, to our video, to our live stream. Because it's only one element that we've got here, webcam so far, let's just leave it on the first one for now, but you'll see how this works as we add in more elements. So let's go ahead now and add in a screen share. So down the bottom here, let's hit screen share. Now here we can either share our entire screen, we can share a window. I have a YouTube tab open, let's share that one. You can see again, it's just appeared down the bottom. So if we want to add it into our scene, we can hit this add to dynamic, and now we have two elements on screen. We have the webcam and we have the screen share. And this is where we can switch between them using these presets. Now what's really cool about EVMux is we can actually interact with these. So you can see when I'm putting my mouse cursor over these elements, they go blue. If I grab the webcam element here and I drag it to this main area, then it's going to switch the two. So all of this, again, these are controls and things that you can action and use while you're live. So we can easily switch this up just with the click of your mouse, all while you're live. And this works for any of these elements as we go through as well. When we bring in extra guests, we can easily swap people around and feature a speaker, make others smaller, all just by moving the mouse. We can also add in video sources down here as well. So if we want to share a video onto our live stream, we can go share video. We can go ahead and pick a video. This is just some random footage that I have here. And again, it shows up down the bottom here as a video source. As you put your mouse cursor over the video down the bottom here, we can see that we also get a volume slider here to adjust the volume on this clip. And when we add it to the scene, then it's automatically going to start playing. Now what we are seeing here, this is a low resolution preview. So this is not going to put too much load on our computer or anything like that. But the end live stream, what the viewers will see will be a smooth video playing back for them. And again, as we have these different elements on our scene, we can click and change and shift between them while we are live. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove that video from our scene. So let's go back to solo me here, and let's take a look at some of the other features and things we've got access to in here. Now, while we are live, if we do have guests that are on, we'll do a preview of that very soon, we can talk to our guests in here. So we have a group chat where we can type to our guests, or we can actually do a private voice chat with them as well. There is push to talk available. So we can actually talk privately without going out to the live stream. The next one across here is banners. This is if we want to add in any text or titles to our live stream. So we can bring up a title that looks something like this, or maybe you want to have a sample ticker that runs across the bottom. All of these, again, we can configure up while we're live, or we can actually have them preset and ready to go that we're just clicking on, like I am here on these sample titles, so that when we want to bring up a title, ask a question or anything, we can already have those good to go. So to create one, we just go create a banner and give a primary.
All right. So I might be doing Emacs to the StreamYard because they want to charge me $25. $25. Used to be $10. Now it's $25. And then they're gonna charge me, was it earlier than before? So yeah, StreamYard. Well, all right. I guess everybody is having fun on the weekend. Now, what's going to happen tomorrow? Tomorrow's my actual birthday, July 7th. Hopefully my friends will be here. Hopefully. You never know. But I want to get out of here. I'm not going to do my regular stuff because I got things to do. I got to get ready for home theater. I got movies to rip. So, all the people that came on today, Good Nuts. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you coming. Oh, excuse me. Thank you for coming in. All right. Let me go ahead and get out of here. See y'all.